Fellas, say goodbye to Chuck Sherman the boy. I am now a man. I highly recommend you join the club. We are doing the wild thing all night.
Acid house music.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sherm.
Sherman, I cooked all this food. Is that all you gonna eat?
General Sherman realized and understood the importance of house music.
So, do you know anything about techno?
No.
Listen.
Get it on.
Yo, what's good, everyone, and welcome back to another brand new episode of Sherm in the Booth. I'm, of course, your host, Sherm. Today is Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. This is episode 158, and wow, do we have something special for you today. Episode 158 features the incredibly talented DJ producer Très Mortimer. I had such a blast getting Trey's full story, and we actually did this interview at one of Chicago's dopest studio locations called Goat House, and we had the sickest studio room, so I definitely recommend you check this one out on YouTube if you aren't already. In episode 158, we discussed Trey's early inspirations and influences. He comes from a Polish background and was exposed to many different types of music at a very early age. He fell in love with the energy that electronic music brings and wanted to create it on his own. He's now been producing for over a decade, and it shows. We, of course, talked about his discography. Trey has released tons of various styles of music and continues to raise the bar with every new release. With massive dance tracks like BAMBU with Plumpy, which was supported by Diplo and then later released on Mad Decent, and Raeggaton tracks like Damn Good with Scales, and of course hip-hop heaters like SUSHI Gang with Brian Fresco, it's no surprise that Mr Mortimer continues to crush in any genre he produces. I also really enjoyed a conversation we had on Chicago music and culture. A ride-or-die Chicago native, Trey has a deep appreciation for the role that Chicago plays on a global scale. We had an amazing discussion on how our generation will help shape the future of house music and how important it is that we show the well-deserved respect to the OGs that have helped and still do help put Chicago on the map. His new collab project with Plumpy called the Belmont Boys is entirely shaped around the core elements of house. Really amazing stuff they're creating. I've been following Trey for a few years now, and it was a genuine pleasure to finally sit down and get to know him better. I had the chance to hear some of his unreleased tunes, and wow, y'all ain't ready, and neither was I. Cannot wait to connect again, and thanks for coming on the show, my friend. Now let's get into it right now so you guys can hear his story for yourselves. This is episode 158 with Très Mortimer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with my man, Très Mortimer. What's up, bro?
My guy.
Dude, I told you before we got started, I love doing interviews in the studio, where it all happens. This is an incredible spot.
Yeah.
Before we even talk about you, where are we? Like, tell us about, like...
We're at Goat House.
Goat House. And how
Goat
did you
House.
first learn about Goat House? You've been doing stuff here for a few years, right?
Yeah, so my friend, Richie, who I made a lot of music with, he grew up with the dudes who kind of started this studio, and then I've been working here for years. Mostly a hip-hop studio. It's one of the best hip-hop studios.
Yeah. Yeah, Gabe was telling me about some of the guys that come through here.
Yeah, right now, like, Lucky's working out of here. He's awesome. Huge underground rapper. Really nice dude, too.
Yeah.
And, yeah, no, welcome to the...
Dude,
to the space, man.
I love it,
like,
man.
Yeah, not a lot of guys make house music or dance music in here, but
yeah.
That's something that's like one of the reasons I love coming here, because it's also because like they'll come like I'll be making something, and then they'll I'll leave in that other room that we were in. I leave the door open because it's just the vibe, like, and also there's like a back office, so like there's the guys back there, whatever.
Right.
And if I'm making some shit, excuse me, they'll.
You can cuss.
Okay. So
balls ass.
So, dude, and like literally, I just look behind me, like I'm making some loops and like some house shit, and they're just like jumping up and down.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Like like behind, like they're like, this is hard. I'm like, okay. But I think it's because like house music has like it's actual dance music versus like hip hop, and it's like and a lot of stuff that's being like that's like coming out nowadays. It's like sort of a head bop. You know what I'm saying? It's lyrical. It's but it's not.
You can
it's
groove
not,
to it.
Yeah, you can groove to it. It's cool, but it's not like.
Do you think there? I mean, how many like actual fusions of hip hop engineers and producers that are also house music or electronic music producers? Do you? I mean, you are one. You've made
I
a fuck ton of different
I'm
music.
sure a lot because like.
Do you know anybody though?
Do I know other people?
Yeah, I feel like it's a small pool, isn't it?
Probably. Well, because I mean, to do that well, I feel like generally speaking, not a lot that do hip hop and house.
Definitely not house.
You
Maybe
know, like,
pop, like a Dua
yeah,
Lipa
or a lot of like I definitely did like trap and hip hop for like a while. Like that was a
lot of
vibe,
similarities there.
And like that's you're still in like that same pool. That's still a universe, But it's really, like, for me, it came down to like, do I want to record people and like build an artist that's like my friend or somewhere, even sell beats or whatever, or do I want to make the song, take the song to the club, play the song, see how it goes, like that's more fun to me because then I'm the artist. I'm not just like the engineer, but like I respect engineers. I love my engineer homies.
Engineers
I honestly need a little help with my vocals right now.
For sure.
Like
for sure. But when you're producing music, whether it be hip hop, trap, house, are there elements that you like to pull from certain genres back into the other? And if so, what are they?
Okay, so the biggest thing is when you're recording a hip hop artist, they don't like busy.
Yeah, that's what you said
beats.
earlier.
They don't like they don't like, they just want to come in. I have a friend. He just comes in, puts just the 808, just the 808, and then it's like like volume all the way, lights the backwood,
and it works.
If he would finish the song, it would have worked. Yeah, if but yeah, it's like but the idea is that so he just wants to hear the simple loop to just kind of like be able to write to it.
Right.
So when you take that element, making house music that way is really fun because it's like you make some really cool drums and then you could add vocals and then make your song. Oh, I'm giving away too much.
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna find out a little bit about your process today. Like I said, there are so many people who watch the show that are really curious to learn about like the creative process, how you come up with ideas, how you finish ideas, which is a huge thing for producers, right? I mean, I gotta say, bro, we just ran through your SoundCloud private. No one has as many private finished songs as this guy right here, so kudos. We just said you should probably pull a Russ and just drop everything and see what works.
Just one at a time. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah. Like every 2 weeks, kind of have a release brewing, something coming out.
Flood the market.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't hurt. The thing is, like, with now it's an exciting time to do some stuff like this.
Yes, definitely.
Now it's awesome.
How was 2020 though then for you?
I was here.
You were grinding. Was your creative process different, knowing that you weren't gonna play music right away at the club, at a festival?
That took a while to sink in.
Yeah, like
it
6
took a while
months.
to sink in. That
I think
was
it did for me too.
Like, because it did, like, because at first, because I'm like for my creative process, like I'm like a self-starter. Like I'm definitely like I'd rather start a new beat. Like I'm like, all right, today's a new day. I have stuff to work on. Like I showed you like rough drafts that are like 99% there. I'll still open it up and be like, let's start from scratch. And I have no issues doing that, and I like doing that. Probably I probably have the most fun there. But then, ultimately, like, you kind of take that part of it, just like start the idea, but like it's helpful to have another person. I think if you're a person that struggles with finishing, I think that it's helpful to have like it could have a partner. You could also, you could be one-stop shop, but you shouldn't kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, because like you can't, like I can't sing, so I don't sing, and I just make beats, and like I like to songwrite, but I don't sing them.
And
like,
a lot of ideas.
I'll do it between my friends, like, we'll record some stuff.
Ask for help, right? Get feedback.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Have you heard of CLB?
I've heard of that.
He's a Chicago drum and bass producer, and I asked him that question too. And he says he's got tons of projects, right, that are 99% done. But sometimes an idea from one track all of a sudden sounds better in a track that he makes 2 weeks after the fact and goes back and combines those sort of things, right?
All the time.
So don't throw away tracks, right?
Keep staying there.
Yep.
Also, I watched the awesome Willie Joy interview with Chow Mi. I listened to it.
Yeah, that was great.
Where guy is like, do not look at producing music romantically. Look at it like, oh, I had a really good day, I'm gonna make a great song. Like, oh, I had a bad day, I'm not even gonna try. Like, you know what I mean? Getting all like emotional with it. That doesn't make sense. Because like you never know. Like like as long as you just have to kind of sit down and do it, and then it might be good, it might be bad, you might come back to it, like you said.
Right.
But like you shouldn't look at it as like, oh, I can't do this right now because like it's like just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had your bad days, right?
Of course. Sometimes you don't feel like it.
You come to the studio and what do? Fuck around?
Watch. You know how they put all the well, I'm not really an anime person, but I like watching it in the stew in the background.
Yeah.
Like they put it all on HBO Max, like the studio.
Yeah,
Ghibli,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You could just like what else? I mean, what else do we do? I mean,
that
yeah,
was
I
for
mean,
producers who need a little bit of a creativity spark.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm like I am very grateful to my friends who have sat in rooms with me where I have just like cranked ideas that were dry or like that may have not been where I'm just like in arcade flipping through the pack like just hitting the buttons and like I know and like
Mango, you know about them, bro?
nothing hits for a while, you know, like
I'm one of the people who's here during those times.
That's a good friend. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome, bro. Dude, so I want to find out more about you though. Originally from Chicago, but you're Polish, right?
Yeah, I grew up in the suburbs.
You grew up in the
I went to
burbs.
Elk Grove High School. Like, yeah.
Chicago guy though.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. So I went to DePaul, and then but I went like right away. That was a big change for me, going from like the suburb, like living in
To
like
the city?
You know, to like, and I instantly like went to the dorms at DePaul, like in the city. Like I'm in Lincoln Park, which is like kind of like there's stuff going on
For sure.
Like, and yeah, like I did not like my schoolwork took like a second, So
I
I took
mean,
a pause
doesn't it
for a
for
second
everybody?
because then I was like, this is cool. And then, but that whole process, man, like I learned how to, I wanted to DJ. That's why I went to college here.
Yeah.
Which is kind of I don't know what, that was the logic though. I'm not saying that's the best
So
logic.
that was like 2011, 2012?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I
When DJing was blowing up.
DJing was blowing up.
Like, I can become a DJ.
I was booking DJs at a club called the Graffiti. And it was
Graffiti on Hubbard?
dude, and I was
Bro, I DJ'd there.
my internship was to have have people like I had like OG Webby play there. and,
Oh,
like, random
yeah.
it was
Yo, that place.
I mean, it was cursed because
It was so cursed.
because when people walk into the elevator,
Yeah.
this goes for anyone trying to open a penthouse nightclub. Okay, the 5 people walk in and then they're like, wow, okay, there's no one here.
Yeah.
I'm going back downstairs.
I'm leaving.
Elevators packing up. There's another round of 20 coming up.
Yep.
Some of them stay. Most of them just go. There's no one here.
Yeah.
And then and then it spirals out of control. The guy at the club is looking down at like the places on the ground like packed, and they're like, "Why aren't we playing that kind of music?" And it's like, "No,
It's
bro.
not the music,
like,
bro.
Your club is straight. Like people just don't know there's anything happening. Like you'd have to literally. The only days it worked was when there was like some random birthday or something that had like a bunch of people that like were already there, and then like at 9 the people show up and they're like, "Oh,
Yo,
okay."
shout out to
And then
Graffiti.
it was crazy.
I know there's going to be some Chicago people who know about Graffiti.
Yeah.
So how did you like originally get into production then? You wanted to
Dude, before
get Chicago
that was
DJ? You
that
down
was
at the Ableton at 13 years old?
in
is it?
high school, bro. Like
The
I was
fuck,
like,
bro?
yeah. People were like, "You listen to techno? Why are you listening to techno, bro?" Like what? Like they were making fun of me and shit. And this was like at a time before I even know how to really make fun of people back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just like, damn, like they really don't like this.
Why?
But it's
Who
cool.
who showed you techno? Did you have
No,
older
I was
sibling
just
or
listening.
parents?
I mean, okay. So obviously, like having like first generation Polish, like it's their like wedding party music was like disco polo, just like happy,
Disco Polo.
like happy electronic, like super danceable music.
Of
but
course.
it's kind of cheesy, but it's like
It's got energy.
which to this day that stuff is the most popular music in Poland. But if you go to like Warsaw, they're like, oh, you don't listen to that. I mean, that doesn't exist.
But you were
Like-
hearing electronic music from a pretty early age, either way.
Me? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was my favorite thing. So that's really what got me into it. It was
Right.
like I would go to like an event, like a function or something, like a family thing, and
Uh-huh.
I was like a little kid, and I liked the party songs. I was like, man, those like, and like years later, like I was at my because I would go to Poland and visit.
Yeah.
I was at my cousin's house, and he's just like, dude, you mean like Coco Jumbo? And I'm like, what? Like, and I Google it, and I'm like, dude, this song is awesome. Like, yeah, like, and that's the thing. It was like these melodic, weird like dance songs I thought were cool. So then
Yeah.
it was challenging because like everyone. I remember I DJ'd my first like it was like it was like the older Saturday school kids, like were finishing high school, and I was like a freshman, and they were having a party.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to DJ, and they were like, bro, like, you know, first two requests, they're like, bro, Lemonade by Gucci Mane and this like Gorilla Zoe song, and I'm just like, whoa, this is a whole new universe. Like,
Lemonade by Gucci
I
Mane.
love this universe. Oh, that's a classic. I mean, of course.
Dude, love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay,
Mhm.
so you got into electronic music. You're in college. You're DJing.
No, well, listen. So I was like, I was producing, but I think that this is a key thing to understand is like when you produce and you want to DJ,
Yeah.
and you want to play at the club really bad,
Yeah.
like a lot of people say this, like, you know, that like we're like producer DJs in college, whatever, like they end up having this kind of like thing where they're like, man, like if I had just focused on the production and not so much on the like trying to DJ somewhere, right?
Mhm. Everybody says that.
Right, and that's really like, you know, so went through school playing like the River North clubs on the weekends, you know, like, and that was super fun.
Yeah.
But it was, you know, it gets repetitive, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's
For
the thing.
sure.
That's where like I'm kind of thankful for COVID, because they kind of like just put a stopper in the whole thing, and it was like, let's
Yeah.
just start over, man.
Right.
Like, you know, but it was like same thing every night. Let's go. Like, you know, and it was fun. Like I had a great time, but it wasn't like what I was like trying to get out of like me going into Ableton and like trying to make
Yeah.
music and then being like, wow, I'm DJing it at the club. Like maybe I would make, but you know what I mean? Like
That success was tangible to you. You knew if I DJ'd here and I DJ'd there that I could DJ there. But producing, you didn't. It's
it
whole
wasn't
unknown
linking for
territory.
me until after school.
Really?
And I had a skateboarding accident where I messed up my ankle. It was dumb, but ended up being like a 2-month period of me at home making beats.
Nice. And that was after college?
Right after.
Right after
Just
college.
got a job. This happens.
Wow.
And then that kind of set me straight in a way, because it was like, hey man, that job is cool, but and then I started making stuff, and then like that I did. You know who Jacquees is?
Yeah, it's been a while since I
So
heard the
I
name.
DJ'd on like his like tour. There was like a Young Money Records like I'm like this random
Fuck.
white kid, like, you know, like
Yeah.
playing, like, you know, and like I went to Portland, Oregon, to the Roseland Theater, and I left my crutches there. I still had them when I got on the plane, because I wanted, because I needed to make the flight, so I was like, wheelchair me, like, let's go. Like, you know? And then I just played. I remember I played that show and I left that shit.
That's
like,
awesome. Fucking
this-
rock star from
but,
day one.
No, but listen, that was
Yeah.
like, I mean, this totally different thing that I ever wanted to do. Like, you know, R&B. Like his fans are like 15-year-old girls. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but like,
It's not,
they
not his market.
bought tickets to see an artist. That's when it clicked for me. I was like, wow, okay,
Mhm.
I need to spend way less time DJing at the club and way
Yeah.
more time, you know. And I worked with like, and I learned at that time too. I was producing at like CRC. I was like working with rappers,
Mhm.
and they like, you know, where I was just kind of like, it was like I would go. I was like working a lot too, and I would like go after work. Like it was like I would come, and then back that Chance the Rapper was working on Coloring Book. I remember I was like, and he had like the day session, and I would sometimes come into CRC, and it was nighttime, and I was like wondering what was going on. I run into him in life often, like that his producer studio is like at the end of the street where like anyway,
really
super close. Like anyway, like it's random that's a thing, but like I've watched that kind of transpire.
That's crazy.
And then okay. So production-wise, I was doing a lot of hip-hop stuff because one of my best friends, his name is Richie, he just like, I don't know, we just our friends were like, you guys need to meet, you're gonna be best friends. And like lo and behold, like it was like he was crashing on his girlfriend's couch at U of I, and like, you know, and we just went and like we met, and like instantly though became like, we were just tight. We were just like making, because like he was using FL, but he made this thing called Hyperbolic Time Chamber.
What?
It's the hottest collection. It's, you know, like the Kill Bill sample.
Yeah.
That was like a popular hip hop song like 2 years back, whatever. It was like a big, like, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
He had like all these legendary samples, all these crazy beats, like already like just made, and I thought they were amazing. So like it made me want to like make music with him, and then it just kind of, you know. But I was always kind of like making. I always wanted to make like dance music.
I was gonna say, like, you wanted
That's
to be a
been
DJ.
my thing. I've always
It
wanted to
wasn't
make
rap
dance music.
You wanted to be a DJ with electronic music. Like, what was your mindset?
I love hip hop.
Yeah.
But I love dance music. Like it's tough to really like to gauge how that sort of like it comes with time, because it was like because of the people I was working with, I wanted to make hip hop music.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. Because it was like, I mean, that's like my first experience. Like, just working with somebody to get some vocals. You know, like just to like listen, just to like write the song together.
Right.
Like, you know, and my friend would like he's a hard worker, which is the best. So he's just like, you know, I'm still sleeping. He's in the other room. It's like 6 a.m. Guy's already up making whole EPs, you know, and I'm just still sleeping. Like, you know, and so you know we make stuff, but like over time, I also so my friend from high school, Jerry, the other person in Belmont Boys, like he moved to LA during college basically, and then I started going on trips. That opened my eyes to that other universe, because I was like, I did the Jacquees tour thing, but it was like I'm traveling, so then the California scene, that's where I'm like actually meeting like. I'm like, well, I regretted not going there earlier. Like, if I was like in college in Chicago, I would have like have booked it to LA way sooner.
Yeah.
That's why I take my cousin Flamingo to LA.
Bro, it's an amazing
because
place.
I like took him right away. Like as soon as as soon as he was like old enough, I was like, let's go. And that's why we named him Flamingo. We were at a pool party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Were you blacked out? I think so.
But he had a whole outfit. It was like the trunks were flamingos, the shirt. You know, and that just kind of went down in history.
No, I get it.
And it's been that, yeah.
Jesus.
Better than Matt. Just like, what did you say earlier? That like it was like some guy or someone said it was like some guy named Kevin. Oh, there's a million of those.
Yeah, I mean any typical white guy Midwest name. Kevin, John, Michael. Hey, how are you? Mm-hmm. It's okay. So that's interesting, because you went to LA, right? And then you kind of had this like revolution with your productions, because you guys were releasing some music, but BAMBU, right, is when things really popped off.
So same trip, get this. So I bring Flamingo to LA.
Yeah.
We're staying at Jerry's house. We're gonna play this pool party.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like beautiful.
Yeah.
Like everything is great, and we're like just vibes.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
And we're just producing and like just, you know, dude, we were like, it was just the maximum bro time. Like,
Of course.
And
you were in that headspace though.
Yeah. Oh man. And then well, the idea is let's make songs that we could play tomorrow.
Yeah. Genius.
You know, and it's Mondrian Hotel. Like it's a great spot in LA. It's a great, like they do these like house music parties.
Yeah, it's legendary.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah. Wicked Paradise. Those are our friends. They're awesome.
Yes.
They do that. That was the party.
Isn't that the rooftop?
Yeah. It's like that, you know, it's like that outside thing.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. Yeah. And so we made that song. We dropped it and it was doing good. Mm-hmm. Jerry wanted to change his project. He was going to do Plumpy, so he wanted to re-release it as that.
Yeah.
Like the next year, basically.
Right.
And in the meantime, this girl had moved into to be like a random roommate in his place that like just we're playing our stuff in the living room, and she's like, "Oh, I know Diplo, cool." Like we'll send like
so casual.
So then we just sent it to him, and then like literally this was like this is like so much after we made it, but like I'm in Poland. I went to Russia for the World Cup, and I like visited my family. I went for one game only, but it was cool. It was a quarterfinal.
Bro, that's so sick though.
Yeah, I saw France play. Right? Like,
what?
Yeah. It was cool, dude. It was in the city. It was called Nizhny Novgorod. So far from Moscow.
How did you get there?
Plane through Belarus. Like the
holy shit.
Yeah, dude. It was in that airport. It's only Chinese and Russian. And I wish, and the beer was like 5 cents,
from
dude.
Chicago.
Yeah. And then listen, so like I was doing that, and then like I get a phone call from Jared. He's like, dude, look at your email, and it's like Diplo, like he's like, oh, I love this song, like I want to put it on my label, it's cool. And then he sent us like a video from Burning Man, whatever. But I remember I was at my like family's house in Poland, and I was like, Diplo wants to sign my music, like it's awesome. And then my aunt is there. She like wakes. It's like it's like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like. She's like, I'm going back to sleep. Like, go outside and talk. And then I go outside, but then like my cousin lives next door. So then I'm outside talking, and then she's opening. It's like, you waking my kids up. Like, you know.
You're so excited.
Just, like no one gave a, I love that.
She sent it to him. He gets a hold of it. He drops it live. It sets the vibe of Burning Man. He's like, I want this track. Releases it on Mad Decent. Mm-hmm. Fucking Mad Decent, bro.
Yeah, dude. I'm a Chicago artist on Mad Decent, you know.
It's incredible. So if you haven't gotten the acknowledgement you deserve, I'm giving it to you right now. Like, mad love, mad respect. Diplo is one of my biggest inspirations on so many levels. But that's incredible. So you guys fucking pop after that, right? Like
after that, and I wouldn't say pop. I would say we like that was like
leveled
kicking it into next gear because it was like now artists who previously wouldn't even talk to us would talk to us. That's what was cool about it.
Yeah.
Like I started working with Skales. Like he's like an African like superstar.
I was just about to ask you about Damn Good.
Yeah, so he's a Nigerian like pop star like that like has worked with Diplo and like Nicki Minaj. He's like the homie. I wish we could FaceTime him. Like he's hilarious.
That's
he's
awesome.
Like, boy, send me beats. You know, like that's all he ever has to say is send me beats. And then, but like and then like we would just like talk randomly because like I have this playlist. I also love reggaeton music and I like literally like have 500 of like my favorite songs.
Yeah.
And it's like that and Afrobeat. So like Scales was just one of those people. So we literally just started reaching out to people like
right.
Like obviously like didn't get anything back from J Balvin, but like basically
just gotta go for it. Shoot.
But that's the thing. But I just wanted to like produce like big records. I was just that was my vibe then. And that's the thing. Like I like the progression I've had over time because I haven't been scared to try something.
Yeah.
Like I'll try it. I'll do, you know what I mean? Like I did the Afrobeat thing. Like I've got that. I've got it under control. I want to make some more songs with Scales. We're gonna do that. Like, and then I worked with Marty Grimes. Like he's a Rolling Loud. I met him at Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
He like after he performed. This was like 2017 or 2018. Like this was one where Lil Pump was walking around with a bag of weed and like just throwing it at people. And like because Insomniac has a venue that it's their venue. The Orange County events, I think, or what it's like when they have a concert there, it's less rules than it would be like when they have that in like LA or somewhere else. It's like they control.
What is it about Rolling Loud that's so sick, by the way? Because it's like Lollapalooza for like hip hop and R&B and rap.
Well, what's sick about it is that it's pioneering. I think the fact that there wasn't a hip hop festival.
Yeah,
before,
exactly.
So like this is one, But really, what it is like having now gone to it a lot is like if you want to go and see all your literally all your favorite artists. Like if you're a person that's like listening to Rap Caviar and like.
It's the movement festival of rap. Yeah,
you will see everybody. But get the VIP thing. But like you have to because then it's easy to walk through. You can just like go from one stage to the other stage in like 20-30 minutes.
Good advice.
These dudes can't perform for longer than 20 minutes.
That's so true,
like,
bro.
So only like the headline guys.
Travis Scott.
Yeah, like that's a show.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like like a lot of these rappers are like there's the same opening DJ. Plays there's one year that they played Mo Bamba like 150 times.
Oh my god, bro.
They just like you know what I'm saying, and then like bro was there, he just kept running out all over the place, and like that was not a problem. That was beautiful at the time. Everyone was like, yes, God. Again.
Like Mo Bamba, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that was a pretty legendary track.
Yes, but.
Anyway, sorry, we got sidetracked.
We got sidetracked.
So I want to talk about Damn Good with Scales because. This is you showcasing a different side of your production from BAMBU, from the Scary Potter EP, right? Like
yeah, dude. Well, it's world, but I think that music, I think that like Afrobeat music and like Latino music, like is extremely danceable. Like it's a raw energy.
Yeah, bro.
It's just a raw energy that's like you don't have to speak Spanish.
You don't.
I'm like.
It's a vibe.
There's French music that's like that. And then also, so the reason I wanted to work with Scales too is because like that's a way when I liked reggaeton, but I can never really play it out. Like, I don't know. Like, and also, like, in the settings, it doesn't always, like, it hits in Miami, but in Chicago, it doesn't really flow like that.
Yeah.
And, like, unless, like, Afrobeat music is basically the same energy, but it's like in English because unfortunately a lot of those countries were colonized by England, so it's like British people, so they have a different accent. But it's English music with that same beat. So that's kind of like where we were going with that song. It was like
I love it.
I want and like that was on the radio in Nigeria. That was so
I
cool.
love it, bro. My video editor, she lives in South Africa, and she always sends me all the new tracks that come out of there. Shit is fucking good, man. It really is.
Thank you.
I love it. I love your style with that.
Shout out Scales.
Shout out Scales. So that's more of a moombahton, reggaeton, certainly a hip hop vibe. And then we get a 13-track album, White Kev 2.
Yep.
You're a beast, dude.
Yep.
What
I was
the
making,
fuck?
dude. I did 4 release parties for that, and it was so cool. Like it was like I was just like all like I played every venue that would take it. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Where did you play?
And then on Tuesday it was like an underground type of thing. The first one, the second one was. What is it? Blind Dragon.
Yeah.
Blind Dragon. Then there was another one.
Clutch was one.
Clutch.
Nice.
And there was another one though. There was another. We're missing one, but it's okay.
4 release parties.
Yeah, because I just wanted to hype it up. The Clutch one was good, but you see, that's because like.
Was it upstairs in that private room?
No, it was the whole thing.
Nice.
Yeah, but we like turned it way up.
Yeah.
Like, but that club is like too. I don't really like how they control the music in there. You know what I mean? Like it was like the party was crazy though because of the fact that like we had hyped it up so much. So then it's like a lot of my friends are girls. A lot of them are at tables.
Bro, they just want people to buy bottles.
Exactly.
So music is.
So but it was like I don't know. I feel like we could have done more listening at that listening.
They've changed
party.
the management though, and actually. We should DJ.
Oh yeah, the homies. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
But dude, so White Kev 2, 13-track album, including artists like Marty Grimes, Raeggaton from the Ghetto, who you also released a 7-track album with.
Yep, that was a more quarantine.
Tell me about your relationship with Raeggaton.
Well, he's the man. I love
How did you meet
Raeggaton.
him?
I was telling you, I met him like at the down. Like I would go to U of I to like party and stuff. And that's just what all the city kids do.
It's awesome.
Like before they're 21. Like that's the thing.
U of I, yeah,
that's the thing. And I was saying he was crashing on his girlfriend's couch, and they were like, "You guys are gonna be best friends."
Yeah,
like,
I love it.
We were like we literally like we just like he just taught me the culture.
Yeah,
he like is a person that took time to be like, listen, this is what we say. You know?
Yeah.
And I just listened, and he taught me how to act, and like, that's why I could like hold my own in like the hip hop world is because of him, really, because he like showed me the way of how to like behave. Like, okay, for example.
Yeah.
Chronic baking of each other, right? It's like ugly as hell. What are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, right? Like something like that. Like before I knew about it, like, Rick and his friends are in my house. I'm playing video games.
Yeah.
They're like insulting each other like crazy. He's like, "What did you just say, man? If I'm about to,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be violent. Like, I don't, because I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Like, and so like, so Raeggaton like taught me the ways is what I'm saying, and then like we just made tons of music together. Cause like I mean I like making hip hop beats, dude. I've been using Ableton so long, like for me to like make like a chord progression and like lay some like trap loops, like dude.
Yeah, it's nothing.
I mean, it's not that it's nothing. It's just like, I've done it so much now that it just like
muscle memory.
That's why I like working with rappers in the studio or singers, anybody. I like just like, all right, because I can cook it for you in 5 minutes. Like you shouldn't even listen to the 20 tracks.
Yeah.
Like, cause we'll make one.
Yeah.
I like when someone comes in, like my friend CP came in, and he was like, and he's like a tough rapper. Like I can't wait to. So I have a song coming out with him, or we're working on it still, but it's like, he shows me this like Calvin Harris like old school stuff. He's like, I want to sound like this, and I'm just like, you? He's like, dude, this is hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. But he's still like doing like whisper dark like whisper flow like trap music that's like really tough sounding and really Chicago and really authentic.
Yeah.
So like we didn't make anything that sounds like that, but like we still made something crazy. But like I think that like that keeping that raw, I'm in love with like the Chicago sound now.
Yeah. Like
now I'm like I really want to just do like pay homage to house music, the legends of house music, how it started. Like that's the concept between like of Belmont Boys, but then like making a whole new thing, because there isn't like a big house scene coming out of it. Like there, it's, you know what I mean. Like it was crazy huge. Like it's not that's not like the most popular music. Like hip hop is having its moment.
Yeah.
Kind of. You know.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you, man. And I think that's something that needs to be talked about more. I'm extremely passionate about that too. I want people from our generation and younger generations to understand the music that they love is spawned from Chicago house music.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know that. They don't know who Frankie Knuckles is, or they think they know. They don't know who Ron Carroll is, Paul Johnson, like Marshall Jefferson,
a beautiful
Chip
thing.
E, all these people.
Yeah, well, even Kashmir.
Cashmere, dude. Dude. I wonder how many people know that's Green Velvet.
Yeah. Well, right. Well, that's the thing. Like, that's a beautiful thing, though. I'm glad that they like. No, sorry, that's not a beautiful thing. But in the sense of like current music, I love where it is. Like, I'm not a person that's like, oh, I wish it was how it used to be. You know
Me
what I mean?
neither.
I'm
I know
more
what you
like,
mean.
yeah, like, but I'm like, I'm finding that the paying attention to that narrative is actually like what I can build a new music out of. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like that history is really interesting. So I've been listening. I was showing you like the like boogie.
Yes.
Like before house music. Like
Yeah.
it was like, you know, and so Lakeview, not like today, but like Boys Town has clubs that are like universally known for being like fun.
Of course.
People are like, Boys Town is awesome. It's like, that's actual history. Like that was like in the 80s and 90s and before that, like, you know, there was a big community there listening and dancing to house music, having this type of culture.
Yep.
That yeah, like, and then the rest of the world was playing that music. Like
it got shipped off to England. Acid House and Chicago House. Detroit got a little piece of that too. And they were both spawned, and then it went to a global scale, and then it came back with a lot of new variations, which is incredible. But I'm all about it too, bro. We got to lead the charge.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, like, you know, like I would love to just build like a new house scene like in Chicago. I think John Summit's like leading the wave right now.
Exactly. It's like I want young people to be excited about house music. I'm not expecting them to know the house music encyclopedia and tell me exactly how these tracks were made, but I just want the scene here to understand, like, Chicago is really special, because when you talk to people outside of Chicago, you know, I've interviewed people from all over the world, man, and, like, I say I live in Chicago, and they're like, wow, what's the Chicago scene like? What's it like? How's the house music events? I'm like, there are some really legendary places here.
There's some legendary places, yeah.
Spy Bar. We do some really cool things here. Shout out to Arc Music Festival for finally bringing a all house and techno festival. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and it's kind of what we talked about, these clubs that are so focused on bottle service. But I see now they're adapting.
That's a whole thing we got to talk about. Well, that you just touched on 2 points. One, when the COVID world reopens, it's gonna take time and it's gonna be gradual. Like you're not just gonna whip it into like this giant party. Like it's like you could do that. We did play a little underground show in LA, and it was cool.
It's okay.
Recently, I know, and it was like, you know, there's a whole story there. I had to fly Flamingo, and it's a whole we could talk about it. Hold on, lost train of thought. What were we talking about?
We're talking about the open format clubs and the scene coming back.
So like when things start to reopen, it's gonna be a while before it, like, you know. So it's like you're gonna start with, you know, small. I feel like you're gonna have like, you know, smaller rooms, like, you know, people like even having like, the reservation system. Like whereas like it's just a different vibe. Like you can't just like mosey on over to someone's table. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, totally. I know them. Like I might like dance in between. Like I don't know. It's just different. Where, like the bottle service club as a concept, it was like, okay, what name can we sell tonight to these people to sell these 30 tables to every single person?
Yep.
So what does that do? Like, DJs are basically making like the same song. Everyone's doing the same thing. Like at this specific time, where it's just like, let me get a vocalist and let me make it as big as possible.
Yep.
Like, and like kind of copy a sound.
Yep.
But it was like, but that works though, because these bottle service clubs are set up all over the world. So it's like you can really blow this up. It's like, all right, well, like I can DJ all over, like, because they're just like, all right, who can we fit in on Thursday? Who can we fit in on Friday?
Straight up.
They want to sell the 30 tables. They don't care about filling the club up per se. It's more about like, will people buy the bottles? In order to buy the bottles, they have to be kind of like a big enough thing. Like, oh, I know this name. Like I'm gonna.
Yep. And I
spend
get
this
that.
much
It's
money.
It's
And
a
that's the
business
thing.
model,
Yeah.
sure.
It's awesome.
But I've seen a lot of changes with these clubs that are like, all right, you know what? The younger guys that like are the best DJs here, they are now like house producers. They want to play house shows. And we get that, of course, there are some places that are always going to be open format. But it's really exciting to see that the people who are running them now, we kind of see, it's not a baby boomer generation that are running the scene here in Chicago and in clubs all across the world. But those older people are kind of on their way out. And it's like us that are coming in and saying, this is what the scene wants. We're the breath of fresh air. If you look at where house music is right now, from a mainstream perspective, it's pretty incredible because if you look at when we got into the game, bro, like 2010, 2011, right? It was shortly after Tiesto came to the U.S. with his trance and electronic, big energy type stuff. And then 2011, we had the Hardwells and the Alessos and the Ingrossos and Swedish House Mafia.
Oh, yeah.
Shortly after that,
Dude,
then we had
Swedish House
Flosstradamus.
Mafia is like my biggest inspiration.
Bro,
dude.
I love Swedish House Mafia. I love
you
that
seen that
shit.
Take One documentary?
Of course.
Where he's just like, I need my own car to the festival.
They're ridiculous.
Like the guy's doing like an interview, but he can barely speak English. Remember?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, what do you think of the theme? And he's like, and then Sebastian Ingrosso, I think he's like, what is he saying to me?
Yeah.
Theme? What is it? Theme. I'm done.
They're wild. But even they know that cycles of music are usually in 5-year cycles. You know what I mean?
They were so smart for like doing their thing and then like ending.
They
it
were
and
ahead of
being,
the
like, we're
game,
man,
bro.
And they were like,
But
"Alright,
we
we're
see
gonna,
this.
like-"
We saw dubstep and rhythm go high and go low. Fans will always remain, but house music, bro, has always been going like this. You know, told me that is actually Alex Kislov. If you look at like a Google Analytics graph of house music, it never really dips, and now it's really starting. You can see it with who's getting booked at festivals. You can see.
Yeah, well, I think that, dude, house music is easy to dance to. It's like you can kind of talk over it at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
It's like, I think this guy came down. He's the Martinez Bros like tour manager. He's like this guy came down to visit once here over quarantine, and like came listened to my stuff, and he was like, bro, it's a lot of, but you need. You need side, and I was like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
That's
like,
interesting.
But he was right though, because
Yeah.
it's like this is kind of what we're getting at in this. It's kind of like the more constant groove, just like being able to dance to something. Not necessarily. It's like build up, drop. Yeah, like that's cool, but like, just provide the vibes for like a couple hours. Like I think, and that's the biggest difference between this and like so again, Rolling Loud. Like I like hip hop, but it's like that you're gonna be saying it's pause.
Yep.
It's like you go, you see Lil Baby, crazy show.
Yep.
Kind of like there's a moment of in between.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then there's like someone else opens. Now it's Gunna.
Yep.
Also awesome, bro.
Right.
I love that Chami collab. Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
but
dude,
like
that's sick.
like excuse me, I actually met him at when it was All Star Week, like
Gunna?
last year. Yeah.
Sick.
I digress though. It's like, hold on, lost train of thought. What was it?
Rolling Loud, the energy.
Dude, house music never stops. That
It's true.
stuff stops.
You
and
can do it all
it's a
weekend.
different vibe. You can do it all. You can literally just make
All day, all night, all life.
Yeah. Well, so I've been all quarantine. So okay. So like yeah, like I literally was DJing in River North the day before, like St. Patrick's Day, before they were shut the city down.
Yeah, like that Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like. And then from that point, it was like it just got darker, like because it was like, okay, so really we can't make music, or sorry, we can't play music.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's the thing though. You can if you don't look at it from like again romantically, like that Chami thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you can still make stuff. Like I mean, even though but the world had to do a lot of processing. Like people are at home. A lot of good stuff came from that. I was able to work with artists and people from the business world, music business world, that previously did not have any time to work with me because they were busy and now they don't have anything to do, and it's like
Absolutely.
so we've actually been trucking along through the pandemic.
I had the biggest year of growth of my podcast. I've been interviewing bigger people because they've had more time.
Yeah.
You ain't doing shit else.
Right.
You got an hour.
I would, yeah.
Exactly.
Dude,
so I resonate with that on another level too.
Yeah.
Feel that. So wait, you mentioned like where house music is right now. when did the Belmont boys really become real? Because
me and Jerry would DJ randomly. We would always we would get every DJ set we possibly could. Like when there was a Mad Decent Insomniac Space Yacht special for 420 of 20 whatever. Like it was gonna be. We were like, we saw that within 10 seconds. Like literally, we saw the flyer. We're texting each other, like, we hit up everyone we know, the A&R, Mad Decent, like, you know, every single person. We're like, we released on this label, we have to play the show.
Yeah.
Like, and it worked. Yeah. And it was like, that was a big crowd, and it was really fun. Like, you know, but it was just like, we would DJ together, and those sets were really special. Oh my, that turned into a whole situation. We brought Flamingo there. Oh boy.
Yeah, big night. Was that at Exchange?
I recall, at Exchange. So it was like sold out Exchange show.
Dude, I've heard that.
And then afterwards, we did like this like Wook after party.
A Wook after?
Yeah, bro.
Fuck, bro. You making out of that alive?
We did a Wook after.
How was it? Strange.
It was. I mean, that was interesting. But then afterwards, there was like a faux place. Like we just got food after like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
With like 10 people. Like it was. And then we had like some that we had met there that we're just like it was a time like. And there was a scene. Flamingo was rolling up on the table in the restaurant. And I was just like, oh my god.
That's LA though. You're good.
Yeah, I guess.
You're good, bro. I like the confidence.
Confidence is not something that we lack.
No, I get that vibe and I love it.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. You gotta walk in guns blazing.
Yeah.
Rather ask for forgiveness and permission. So the Belmont boys, like, it's centered around house music.
Right. So sorry. So basically, we would DJ together wherever we could, and then we would we didn't have a name for that.
You would just go back to back.
Yeah,
Plumpy
we would just go back to back, Trey, Plumpy
yeah.
Trey, and then but people would be like, man, and we would release songs together.
A lot of songs.
Yeah, and then it was we were just doing our personal thing, but then it just we finally found something that we wanted to call it.
Yeah.
And again, it pays homage to Belmont. That's again origins of house music area, kind of, and we're a lot on the south side though, really, let's be honest, but there's been a scene there.
Well, Belmont, if you're from Chicago, it's a very recognizable name.
And people know, right, exactly.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a sick name, bro. Belmont Boys is sick.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Don't you think it's sick? Oh my god, it's sick.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's sick.
Yeah, and it's
Cardi,
so.
What do you think?
As you fell asleep. Yeah. So basically, we went to Insomniac Records office a couple times, and we showed them, because we've been working on that house stuff for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just in the background, you saw my rough drafts.
Yeah.
And I think I listened to a great side piece interview where they're like, it's Nitty Gritty and Party Favor. We DJ'd with them. They're just side piece is a project that we see longevity with.
Yeah.
That we see, we love our projects, we're making music, but we see just that this is some music that when we're gone, people still might resonate with. That's kind of that's an interesting take. And I also just the same way I kind of fell into working in hip hop, I randomly, my friend here at the studio, shout out Yash, he knows this girl that helped write Kashmir Brighter Days.
Yes.
And so I've been working with her. That's a legendary house music vocalist.
Legendary.
And so that has also made me want to just be more hardcore house, only.
She's digging your sound?
Yeah, we've been. I want to show you some of the songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're gonna. I mean, I want to make that an upcoming single soon, probably the next one, or it'll be I'm doing Trey, but I'm doing house. It's gonna be with the legendary vocalist. It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be hype. You heard the snippet.
Yeah, bro. It's sick.
Thanks. But yeah,
you're doing it for you though too. Is the thing, right? You're doing this because you love it.
I love it.
You love the energy. You're doing it for your city.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Like you talked about.
I love that, bro.
Yeah. So Plumpy lives in Connecticut right now, and I live here, and it's so that's a project we've been working together for years. We're gonna keep working together, but it's there's two different places. So it's it's I'm gonna DJ here, because I'm here, I'm gonna DJ in LA,
right.
we'll link up for some stuff,
right.
But like Belmont Boys. So we went to Insomniac's office and met there with the team and like showed them this stuff for like, this is like 2019 like in the summer, and then like they finally dropped some of the music to launch the project in September of 2020. And then we did another single.
In Rotation, right?
In Rotation, that's their house sub label.
Dope label. A lot of people release on there too. Win and Woo.
Yeah, Side Piece.
Yeah, Side Piece, West End.
Yeah, I mean those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
They're like they have. It's funny because in Insomniac they have like all the EDMs, so like you know what I mean.
Dude,
it's
they
like,
have it all.
It's like we have here's like the dubstep people. Here's the.
They're an
house
incredible
music,
brand, dude. It's amazing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I love it. So I'm excited to do more stuff in the future, and then and then we got the Mad Decent support again with a remix of BAMBU.
I was just about to ask you, like, this recently came out, right?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. It's making some moves. Thank you for running it up.
Dude, it's an awesome track, and it's so cool because, running through all you guys' tracks, like Plumpy's and yours, and then Belmont Boys, and then ending up on this one. And how you remix it was really special, too. Like, sometimes a remix is just taking the vocal and making it completely your own. But the coolest part of BAMBU to me is the second drop, when you guys hit it at the beat, and then there's silence, and then you hit it again, and you turned it into this dope fucking house track, and I was like, God damn, man.
Yeah, and it just
like,
works. It just works.
It just works.
It's just a little faster, and it's just like the same thing.
It just works, dude.
Yeah.
How much fun was that to make?
Dude, that was such a vibe. Like, I mean, well, honestly, like, dude, the house, that's the thing. It just flows, man. Like, I would love to DJ for 2 hours, just house, like, easy. Like, yeah, and DJs used to be, like, 6 hours. Like, I've just been learning about this, like, the history. Like, they used to be so much longer.
So long.
People definitely are used to shorter sets nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie Knuckles used to have 2 or 3 of every single disc, or every single actual vinyl disc. Look at me, I'm a fucking millennial. And he would literally, like, mix one into the other so he could get another ready. And then he would continue to play, and he would play 6, 7, 8 hour sets. All those guys.
Dude, yeah, and for what you said, it's okay. Like, dude, I know a guy who, like, literally releases his music on cassette tapes.
Really?
Dude, it's a scene, man.
How could you even play it? How do you even...
There was a thing called Situations.
I think I heard of that.
Dude.
That's pretty dope, honestly.
Interesting.
I don't know how you could... Tough market.
It's a different vibe, like, like, but it's like, that's like the scene of, like, below the scene, like, where they're like, you can only hear my stuff on this.
That's pretty
50
yeah,
there's 50 units of it, find it, versus like, I'm gonna upload my music online. So there's those people too. That was
like
NTG.
I gotta
see, what'd you say?
Like an NTG, right? Like those, or these new things that are out.
Oh, NFT.
NFT.
Yeah.
I'm uneducated.
NFT. Yeah. Well, no, like, what I'm talking about is like straight up dudes making cassette tapes and passing them around, like, way before it, like old school.
That's what's up.
The kids still do this. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's like a thing. Like, but anyway, so I've been getting up. So my friend Pascal, dear old friend, is like so educated on house music and just like has been showing me like old songs. But I'm hopefully with Dana soon. I'm gonna go to like the South Side and meet some of the legends. Like, on some, she offered to take me. Like, I should have gone that day. She's like, just go like get a beer. I'm like, it's gonna be like such an honor, but also like,
you weren't ready.
Like, I wasn't ready. But like it's just to like learn and like see, because I feel like, I mean, probably the same with like fashion, like things repeat themselves. Like, I think like house music is ready for like a new wave.
It's getting that fucking 2021 take on it, bro. 100%. I love it. The Belmont Boys is a very cool project. Belmont Boys and Trey, there's one track that means the most to you, regardless of success. What would you say it is for you?
That's out already, or that's...
the typical true producer answer is one that is not out. But
it's one that's not out because I'm working on...
Give me one that's out and then tell me what's out. What's not out.
Like, just you're saying my favorite song that I have of stuff
Yours.
That's out?
Yeah, like, you don't give a fuck if it does well. Or it's out and it hasn't done
Money, well. Marty Grimes.
Yeah.
Whole lot of money on the floor. Yeah.
Dude, that track's good as fuck.
I love that song. Like, that's thank you. That song is like, and I play with like the video of the kid dancing, like of like the like the kid like the little Russian kid in the club, and he's just like,
yes,
he's got his sunglasses on. Like, it literally goes so perfectly with that.
Did you do that on purpose?
It was so the visual, we have like a homemade visual person. He's super talented. He's been doing visuals for like a long time, but he just like he makes these crazy 3D things that are like really advanced, and then like, you know, we're expecting some crazy. He's like, guys, I just went nuts. Like, and he just sends us the video of the kid dancing at the club, and we're like, wow, like this is hilarious. Like,
Damn, bro, that's awesome. I love that. It's so important to have those tracks that like you make for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that one, like I'm talking in it, like I'm just in there like house. Yeah. And then my friend Maddox is like, "Y'all going to my house?" Like it's like a joke, but then we're working with like an actual like very awesome rapper. Like, but when I put he's out of his element, really.
Yeah.
But he's in his element, but like he makes like he's like him and G-Eazy have some really popular songs.
Yeah.
And then
people know.
Like I got him to make some house, and he loves like it's fun. Like it's like we just went to his house and like. That song was just really fun to make, and I think it's really. I think that one like is like longevity, right? Like I think certain songs will like stay around just because like they're cool and they're easy to play. I think that's a big thing too. Is like making your song in a way that like okay, how do you feel about intros? Like you know.
I need them.
You need them.
I'm gonna DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I want them.
Okay.
I don't think I need them. Like you can of course mix it, but I do love bringing a track out and in. That's like one of my favorite parts of DJing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of taking that time, the highs and lows of a set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you love the intro. So that's the thing. I think I need to start making extended mixes.
You don't have extended mixes?
I haven't really been making extended mixes.
You just fucking make the track, put it out.
Make the tracks, yeah. Like that's been my vibe. But like I want to make extended mixes because you're right. Like it's more about.
Well, when you DJ,
mm-hmm.
What's your DJing style then? Quick transitions?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that works though.
It is, yeah. And well, cause like that's why I love DJing because it's like I can play. It's like if I see something's not working, I can switch it up. Versus like, I feel like now it's a thing. Like when you like, I feel it's either certain producers who like DJ. It's like like the concept of making like a pre-made set. Like obviously, if you're like a really big artist, like if you're like Flume or something, they expect more of you now.
Yeah.
It's like, and you have like a whole stage production. Then like. You have people kind of helping you, guide you through like the whole like one, where you see a whole Ableton set and it's just like tracks and it's like
right.
It's full on songs that goes for 2 hours.
Right.
And you're like locked in.
Yeah.
I could never, man. Like I like the idea of like producing and then performing. By just playing that stuff that I made, you know what I mean? Like, and then being able to be like, okay, this song works. Like maybe like now let's go to this one. This one's gonna work crazy. Like,
I actually saw you DJ at a funky brunch. I'm remembering that now.
No way.
That was on a Sunday, right?
Yeah, and I remember you doing really quick transitions actually.
Yeah, no, the CDJ I think was broken. Like that was like if I recall correctly. If I recall correctly, yeah, like we showed up there, we were like, hey, what the hell? Like yeah, but like anyway. It was that was like a really poppin' thing. Like that was surprised.
Dude, funky brunch is sick.
Yeah, like I was surprised.
See, that's where you find good Chicago house scenes.
Yeah, I gotta play. I should text those people.
Paradigm, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they're awesome. John Curley and Garrett, they're great.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool to see, man. So
Garrett Infinity, dude, yeah. I've been following that since I was like super young.
He's a legend, bro.
Dude, like I was like I loved someone that's like him. It's like him. Dustin Sheridan dropped like some like these remixes. Like,
yeah, dude.
It was like on Beatport, and I was like listening to that shit. Like damn, like there was one called So High remix, and I like loved that song.
I gotta check it
out.
out.
I would listen to that like on repeat. I thought it was the best thing ever. It was like but again, like whole time I was always like. I like working with like people that really want to work with me so I'm just like all right like let's so I was always like I made a lot of different styles of music now that I'm ready to like really focus on and I feel richer for that. Mm-hmm. I like that. Like I'm glad that I did. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like I spent the time learning like and I learned a ton from hip hop production that I now can take into house music and like it's different. You were saying the drums are like a little different, which I never heard anyone say before. But,
dude, it's pretty clear to me. I don't know like listening to your hip-hop tracks and your Moombahton tracks and kind of how you go about making those unique sounds. I mean, you were just talking about authenticity in your tracks. Tell us about the empty can that you were using.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. So I'm working on a song. It's I finished the song. I'm working on a video.
Yeah.
It's shooting the next 2 days. It's called Body Rock.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it has like a Disclosure vibe, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah.
but the percussion, you think it's like some really awesome sample that I might have found and spliced or something, or like
Too good to be true.
or like in arcade or whatever. But it's
Uh-huh.
literally like one of the interns here, Gabe. I have him go in and like click an empty can, like, you know.
Yeah.
And then I just I have a plugin. It's called Echo Bode. Highly recommended plugin.
Okay.
Echo Bode. It's pretty cheap too. But like yeah, you can. It literally sounds like the most awesome like. It's called gate verb, the preset, but it's like it makes the sound like crazy.
Do you feel like that's how you're unique? Like what is the Très Mortimer like signature? Like what when you're
I definitely do a
producing,
lot of vocal chop stuff. I definitely do that.
you crush it at the vocal chop stuff.
Thank you.
And that's an arcade too, right?
Arcade, or I used to use Exhale, and then I also sometimes
Yeah.
will record. I love the sampler in Ableton. Like I'll just record people and play it in the push too.
Yeah.
That's fun. But yeah, I would say probably like
Without
chopping
revealing-
up voices or like.
I don't want to reveal your secret sauce,
like,
bro.
I mean, I don't know if I have like a secret sauce. I just like I love creating. Like I like to just like I love using this new. I bought a Digitone last year, and I love it. It's a great synth. It's like I can make all my sounds in it, and then I just kind of get vocal samples from. So I get like like synth or like bass, leads, pads, analog synth, Digitone. Awesome sound. Easy.
Yeah.
It's warm. I spent the time to get the other presets loaded in there that you could have to download. It's a whole thing. But I like the process. It's like a cool little toy. Like I had time, dude. COVID, man.
Yeah,
like,
man.
You know, I got some new toys. I was just like, playing with them. Like
So you
it's
just put in time, straight up. Like
that's the secret sauce.
your 10,000 hours, like you said.
That's the secret sauce. If you just put the time in, like, because it's like the time and not getting discouraged and also not being like, why are people afraid to put out their music? I don't get it. I never got that. I'm like, I mean, I can understand like, oh, it's not ready. It's like, but like, dude, like, see what happens. Like, like it's
You gotta
not,
get feedback.
Yeah, like like, because it's better to walk around with your songs out and talk to people and be like, oh, you want to listen to something? Like, yeah, just look it up, whatever. Like, you only have 10 seconds of that person's time. You don't have, like, send them a private playlist of, would you like to look at my hard drive? Like, It's like, I swear I make a lot of music. It's like, no. It's like, is that out? Can I listen to it? Or no? Like,
Right.
yeah.
So true, bro. Is it about 8?
It is about 8.
Okay, we can wrap it up. So I only had one last question for you.
Please.
What would be your perspective on where music is going to go in the next 5 years?
I think to the moon.
Okay. Good answer.
And like, I mean, specific. I think like rap and house are like, two most popular things. I mean, I think that's just really gonna grow. But I think that like we're gonna see like an American house music scene. Like I think that we're gonna see like we're finally gonna see like people here, like a big scene of people that appreciate like the house music they play in like Spain, where there's like Carl Cox on this day, and and like Sonny James, or it's like or like they have like real, it's like Eric Murillo or some like old school stuff, you know what I mean? They have like, but it's like they don't want to hear any like.
Nope.
Like they
want a groove.
That's that guy that was like side to side.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're gonna see that in the U.S. I think international hip hop is interesting. Like I listen to a lot of Polish hip hop. I like
British hip hop and rap is the shit too.
British. Oh my god, I love that stuff. I love that
It
stuff.
is
Like where they just put a mask on and
I
act
feel like they're about to
disrespectful.
fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah,
dude,
it's energetic.
the best.
I think a lot of fusions, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly what you're saying. We're going to see crossovers because producers, it just keeps getting, like, not easier, but, like, easier to collaborate, you know what I mean? Like, with dogs these
dude,
days.
it's so easy. Yeah, like, literally, like, me and Jerry, we made Belmont Boy stuff just, like, working on our laptops.
Yeah,
back
there's
and
no
forth.
barrier.
Yeah, it's
and
easy.
younger kids are getting in the game because you can download Ableton at 13 years old, bro.
Yeah, dude, you can go crazy. I mean, but I think that's a beautiful thing. But also, like, it sort of sorts itself out. I think in the end, that's what it. Like, people are like, oh, is there too much? Or it's like, well, like ultimately, like you're still gonna go see someone who's really making it happen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I think that like with the way people discover music too with playlists, I think like it's kind of neat in the sense that I find music through Discover Weekly that I like legit.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciate. Like
Spotify's a shit.
Yeah.
Spotify helps me find new music.
Yeah, definitely.
Bro, this has been awesome.
Yeah, I'm
Doing
having
it
a
in-
great. I'm like
doing
out
it
of
in the
breath. I'm
studio.
like man, like
I
this
told
is a
you.
lot, like,
I told you.
yeah.
We just get into conversation.
Yeah.
I just honestly, usually when I do all the questions and stuff, it's just to kind of help me formulate the thoughts. But a lot of times we just talk the whole time.
Okay.
This has been great. Is there anything that you have coming out that you can announce right now?
So I'm working on this video for a song called Body Rock.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out like, I would say probably in June.
Okay.
And then expect another single. Like I might do something for my birthday, May 22nd. I haven't decided yet, but not if
Okay.
not then June. But like yeah, big house energy.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. This has been so fun
Trey,
to talk
this
to
has
you,
been awesome, Man, do I love Sherm in the booth. Oh, hey, I think you do too. Hope you enjoyed that piece of content. If you're looking for more, make sure to go to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any upcoming Sherm in the Booth interviews, live sets, new music, exclusive artist interviews, Sherm's Word, sub-pack reviews, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Cheers.